On June 29th, just 4 days after the draft, Portland Trail Blazers bought out DeAndre Ayton's remaining contract year, officially making him a free agent. The timing? Absolutely stunning. We're talking about a $35.6 million contract buyout happening on the eve of free agency. Ayton was their starting center. This move came completely out of nowhere, and the implications are massive for both Portland's future and the entire NBA landscape. To say it's a stunner is something of an understatement. While the center rotation in Portland appeared to be over capacity, it's at least a bit baffling that Ayton was the player who was the odd man out. What triggered this bombshell? Look no further than the Blazers' 16th overall pick in the 2025 NBA Draft. Yang Hansen, the 20-year-old Chinese center, was selected on June 25th, and just 4 days later, Ayton was gone. Yang's selection represents the third Chinese-born player ever drafted in the first round. He's the first since Yi Jianlian in 2007. The pick shocked everyone. Yang was projected as a second-round selection, typically slotted between picks 35 and 45. His rise to the 16th overall slot was among the biggest surprises of draft night. Head coach Chauncey Billups made one comment that essentially sealed Ayton's fate. "I'd feel very comfortable putting him in a game right now. He's that good." That's extremely high praise for any rookie, let alone one most people had never heard of. Billups continued, explaining what he loves about Yang's game. His IQ is really high. He plays the game the right way. He's really a good teammate, playing for others to make other guys better. I have to teach with young guys. I don't have to teach this kid. He's been taught the right way. Here's where things get complicated. The Blazers now had 5 centers on their roster: Yang Hansen, DeAndre Ayton, Donovan Clingan, Robert Williams III, and Reath. If restricted free agent Jabari Walker returns, he can also spend time at the 5. This creates an impossible situation. Only Robert Williams III can legitimately play the 4 position. The Blazers drafted centers in back-to-back years: Yang in 2025 and Donovan Clingan with the 7th pick in 2024. Clingan, a 20-year-old from the University of Connecticut, earned all rookie honors in his first season for his defensive prowess. Yet here were the Blazers adding another center to an already crowded rotation. General manager Joe Cronin had been tracking Yang for 2 years. The front office, which includes assistant general manager Mike Schmitz, had extensive intel on the 7'1", 7'3" wingspan center from the Chinese Basketball Association. The new CBA is causing teams to increasingly tighten their belts even for a rental. In that kind of environment, especially one in which all prospective trading partners know the Blazers Cup runneth over with centers, it perhaps makes more sense to rip the Band-Aid off. Ayton's value in today's marketplace proved limited. While he has clear NBA talent, teams weren't willing to cough up assets to take on his large expiring contract. With only 1 year left on his deal, the lack of trade interest was telling. According to senior NBA insider Shams Charania, Ayton and his representatives approached the Blazers about a buyout and Ayton wanting to play in a winning situation. The former number 1 overall pick will look to join his third team in the NBA. Ayton came to Portland in 2023 as part of the 3-team trade that sent Damian Lillard to Milwaukee. After appearing in 95 games for the Trail Blazers over 2 seasons, he averaged 15.7 points, 10.7 rebounds, and 1.6 assists. He became the first player to average over 10 points and 10 rebounds since Dwight Howard's 7-year stretch from 2004 to 2011. His Phoenix history includes helping lead the Suns to their first NBA Finals in 28 years. As part of the buyout, Ayton gave back a portion of his $35.6 million salary. The exact amount remains undisclosed. The rest of the money will remain on the Blazers' cap sheet for the rest of the season. According to ESPN's Bobby Marks, the 26-year-old center will be free to sign with any team this season, even if his new team is sitting in the second apron. The NBA's waiver restriction, which applies to players who earn more than $14.1 million, is only in effect during the regular season. Yang Hansen averaged 16.6 points, 10.5 rebounds, and 3 assists in the Chinese Basketball Association last season. He earned both Rookie of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year awards in the 2023 to 2024 season. His touch and high-level passing have drawn comparisons to Denver Nuggets center Nikola Jokic. Jokic led Denver to the 2023 championship and has won the NBA's Most Valuable Player award 3 times. Jokic represents the rarest of draft outcomes. Selected 41st out of Serbia, he's the only NBA player to win the MVP award after being drafted in the second round. Yang said he takes his comparison to Jokic as a compliment and encouragement. I try my best to learn from their strengths and work hard to grow.
We're really excited about him. We really are. I mean, he can do a lot of amazing things out there. One of the things I love the most is just kind of how he plays the game. His IQ is really, really high. He plays the game the right way. He's a really good teammate.
我来过，就是上次来就是来试训的，然后上次也没做过多停留。我知道这个城市就是多雨，然后就是这边的风景很好，确实我来这边非常的喜欢。上回来的时候坐车过来的时候看到很多漂亮的风景。很激动来到这座城市，很激动被选中，然后我会尽自己所能去打好每一场球，尽自己全力去拼好每一个球。
接下来我想知道你现在来到波特兰，你最期待吃的食物是什么？
我想看看当地有什么好吃的中餐，然后等着去吃一吃，去搜一搜。
Yang's name wasn't one many expected to hear in the lottery's vicinity. He emerged from the crowd high in the stands as his name was announced, unlike most expected first-round draft picks who sit at tables near the dais. The 2025 draft class, headlined by Cooper Flagg, has been sold as one of the more talented groups in recent memory. The Blazers thumbed their nose at consensus mock drafts, and the front office was aware this would ruffle feathers. Cronin opened the draft press conference by labeling Yang's selection as unconventional. The basketball-watching public reads articles and mock drafts and expects to see names they're familiar with at corresponding picks. When someone like Yang, who was largely mocked in the second round, is announced at pick 16, unrest is almost guaranteed. Despite the Asian League being objectively less skilled than the NBA and college basketball, Schmitz and company have the requisite experience to project Yang's place in the United States. Yang's connection to Portland runs deeper than basketball. His name, Hansen, means a vast forest in Chinese. Yang called it a great and beautiful connection and a wonderful arrangement by fate that he came to Portland, a city known for its greenery in the Douglas fir forests of the Pacific Northwest. Yang received a warm welcome from fellow Blazer coaches and players on Thursday at a local hotel, including a cake and a card for his 20th birthday, which happened to be on June 27th. I feel really grateful and touched, he said in Mandarin. At the Friday press conference, Yang responded in Mandarin to most media questions, but delivered a few answers in English. When asked what he enjoys outside of basketball, he said, "I sleep all the time. I like playing PS5. And I like to eat," drawing laughter from the small crowd on hand. Why take the flyer of flyers on a guy projected to go in the second round? Cronin mentioned the Blazers might not have been the only team interested in Yang and weren't prepared to trade back further than the 5 picks they already had. The franchise did something the former Blazers administration seldom did, take a chance on someone who goes against the grain. While the Blazers have a nice young core, they've yet to find their difference maker. Yang could very well be a bust, but if everything clicks, he could also be something special. The franchise had just as much chance of finding their next cornerstone with pick 11, 16, or somewhere in the second round.